What's going on, everyone? My name is Gucci Miss, and welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney. First trial we are still on, and right now we are looking for some evidence of who was the bad. Who was the bad? The government, police, or there's someone else? I don't know. And they said examine more evidence more thoroughly. And I remember this seemed a little suspicious, so... Ooh, what is this? Chief Inspector something or other. What does it say? Well, that's unexpected. What is? Oh, right, these are different people. I should probably give them different voices. Do you... I don't know. Do you see where it says the witness's name here? Satoru Hosonaga? Whatever. Well, yeah, the businesses tend to show the person's name. That's sort of the point. That's not the name. It's not the name that's unexpected. It's his job title. His job? Oh. Chief Inspector Saru... God, I don't have no idea. Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Inspector? What on earth? Oh, so it was the police. I have no idea. But let's face it, the police have a lot of power and influence. They're wielding it here somehow. Okay. So it was the police. That's good. No time to think. I'm just gonna have to close my eyes and shout out the first name that comes into my head. Alright, well, we already know. That's good. Besides the prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witness is... so I guess we gotta point him out then.
Yes!
The waiter. Well, surely that would be Satoru Hosonaga-san. Hosonaga-san? Hosonaga-san? The waiter who took the stand earlier. Poppycock! What possible reason could the waiter have to make the witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even the head waiter could not possibly have that level of influence. For once, I would agree with you. If that is, the man truly were a waiter. What? If he truly were? Come on, Ryu. It's time to hit this court with the truth. The truth about Hosonaga-san's real identity. That's the business card. There we go. The plan of the restaurant sketched by the man in question. I agree it shows a great deal of attention to detail, but I'm not sure we can conclude any... The back, sir. Your Excellency, that's the back of the card. It's the back. The back of the card that's of interest. I beg your pardon. Or perhaps I should have said the front? Yes, it's the front of the back of the card. That's where the telling detail is. What the fuck? Talk sense, boy. Would somebody please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say? Hosonaga-san sketched this plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of his business card. The front of that business card reveals the man in question's profession. His true profession. That waiter's profession. But that's surely... Good gracious. That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. What? The waiter is a police detective? I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before? The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power. Absolute power as far as regular civilians are concerned. So the witness there in the stand. Was it in fact the waiter who gave you your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene? Well... Inspector Hosonaga? I was worried something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized it was a possibility. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well... Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course, here you are. Oh, why is there my mouse on the screen? Stupid mouse. Yes, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. I strive to carry out all investigations flawlessly. It's my guiding principle. But I let myself become distracted when I made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake. So you mean to say you really are a detective? But why would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter? Ah, of course. Your salary must be terrible. I was working undercover. Undercover? Yes. There have been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to this case of homicide. Very well then, Inspector Hosonaga, but you will elaborate on one point for the court. Of course, Your Excellency. We have just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. That at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. If that is indeed true, clearly you would also have to be aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner. Therefore, I am led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you required these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? Correct, Your Excellency. Yeah, he admits to it. You fucking asshole. You're trying to frame me. Unbelievable. As I expected. Bang. As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair, and beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite the victim at the same table was a young lady whom I guessed to be an English woman. Excuse me, gross. So the truth comes out. I immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the bureau. It was then that I received some special orders. Special orders? You mean to say, remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once. Oh, they ordered you to. What? It was made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those were my orders. But what if this Englishwoman was the killer? I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. Wow. It's like, let's just pretend that's not what's happening. The Empire views friendly terms of its relationships with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. Wow. Fucking A. An Englishman has been murdered on our soil. To name an Englishwoman as a primary suspect, well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question. You know what, that's a look kind of, well, no, that's not fair. Because you're trying to frame me. You're trying to put it on someone innocent. So that's the reason for the disappearance of the Phantom Woman in this case. But that's not right. Yeah, guys, come on. Are you guys stupid? Judge? Are you gonna have this? Kazuma? One possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean, Kazuma? Yume University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain, and I'm fairly certain that one of them is studying in the medical faculty research laboratory. It is a young English woman. What? You're a shrewd man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. Huh? You mean? When I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it prudent to check her identity first. Then the court demands that you name the lady in question at once, Inspector. The English woman sitting at the university professor's table was a certain Ms. Giselle Brett. She is indeed a foreign student studying in the research laboratory of Yume University's medical facility. Faculty, whatever. What the? Or is it? I don't know. I can't read. I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene, in order that these witnesses make no mention of her in their testimonies. It must now be up to your excellency to decide how to deal with this situation. Huh. Disturbing. Very well, my thoughts on this matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise. Namely, that the victim was dining alone. That's right. However, we have now discovered that this premise is false. It would be a desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point.
But, Your Excellency, that would mean missing the noon deadline of a ruling in order to send the telegraphic report to Great Britain. Our own government will surely be very displeased by such actions.
Calm yourself, Counsel. I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings of my court. Inspector Hosonaga.
Yes, sir.
You will locate this Giselle Brett and escort her to the courtroom with the utmost urgency.
At once, Your Excellency. But that means you'll be going against the special orders you were given for the police bureau.
As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly. You know what? Maybe he isn't such a bad guy. So it won't be a problem. Unless he dies on the way there. Jesus. Nothing will get in my way. Fuck yeah, bro. Just stay alive. Court will adjourn briefly. The prosecution must call the English student Giselle Brett to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear?
Yes! Your Excellency!
Good. These men will have a 30-minute recess before reconvening. Smack. I love banging my hammer. Some good shit. To be continued, alright. 22nd of November, 11:38 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicator Defendants, Antechamber 5. Excellent work, Ryosuke! That was superb! My heart was in my mouth the entire time. It was almost unbelievable. I mean, looking at you in there. You were drenched in sweat, your eyes popping, your knees knocking, and you were grinding your teeth. It was a grim sight, but before I knew it, you started finding inconsistencies and testimonies. Oh, my boy's growing up. I think you might have a natural talent for being a lawyer. Forget it, it was terrifying. If I get through this, I don't ever want to see the inside of a courtroom ever again. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, it looks like we've exposed your phantom lady at last. Huh? Miss Giselle Brett, a student from Great Britain, is she? That's what I was trying to tell everyone from the start. Dr. Wilson was alone. Was a young woman with him, like I've been saying all along. Yes, you have, haven't you? I might not be overly confident in the courtroom, but my powers of observation are one thing I am sure of. Yes, I can see that. So, about this young gentlewoman. Thanks to our detective friend, she was hastily escorted away from the scene, it seems. Did you see what happened with that? No, I didn't see any of it. All I saw was the gun that I was going to shoot someone with. I was just on my way out of the restaurant myself, then on the floor next to Dr. Wilson's table, I noticed there was a gun lying on the floor. Just after I bent down to pick it up, boom! I shot a guy. I didn't have time to think about where the sound of the gun had come from. The waiter ran over to me looking white as a sheet. He then bundled me in some sort of small pantry next to the kitchen. Fast thinking by the detective, he apprehended the suspect without a moment's delay. Yes, and because I was shut in the pantry, I have no idea what happened outside the dining area. Ah, there you are. I don't know. There you are. Well done, both of you. Somebody. This guy. Professor Mikotaba. Well, it seems I was right. The pair of you make an outstanding team. Oh, God, that one's rough. You've exceeded my expectations, I have to say. Yes, it seems you've pinned this on... You planned this from the start. You arranged things so I wouldn't be able to act as a lawyer in this trial. Asshole. Our modern country is still in its infancy. Our justice system even more so. Which is why I firmly believe that we need to send our brightest young stars overseas to learn all they can. I wanted to avoid a situation that may have resulted in your study tour to Great Britain being cancelled. Asshole. Well, it makes no difference. Lawyer otherwise. I kind of don't like his voice. It's like too old, it's too deep for like a teenager. Lawyer otherwise. If I'm the kind of man who can't help his best friend averse the worst crisis of his life. Yeah, that's better. I shouldn't waste everyone's time by going on study tour overseas anyways. What are you saying, Kazuma? So that's your stance. I was afraid you'd feel that way. Kazuma! Well then, looks like it all comes down to you, young man. To me? Yes, you need to prove your innocence and uncover what really took place in that restaurant. I must say, I very much want to know the truth. After all, I have a personal connection to this case. Come to think of it, he said the same thing earlier this morning, didn't he? If you don't mind me asking, Professor, did you know the victim? Yes, I did. As you're probably aware, Dr. John W. Wilson was a visiting professor at UMA. And it was I who invited him. Oh, I see. I didn't know that before. Anyway, you're about to go into battle. The victim was a university professor from Great Britain, and a well-known one at that. Naturally, our government is looking for an identity and to punish the culprit as quickly as possible. But let's not forget who we're going up against. A gentlewoman whose involvement in our police bureau went extraordinary lengths to hide. Yeah, and I'm sure the prosecution will be using every tool at their disposal to quash your case.
but I've had no doubt that your pair will put up a good fight, right to the last. Right up until you're imprisoned. Best of luck!
Thank you. Yeah, now I hate your voice. Now then, I don't know, somewhere in between that.
I need you to run an errand at this university at once. There's something I think we may need.
Of course. Good luck, Kazuma-san. Sama. Kazuma-sama. Kazuma-sama. Defendant Naruhodo, court recess is over. Please make your way back inside the courtroom at once. It's time. Let's get back to it, partner. Let's get in there and deal it decisively. Before those old fossils know what hit them. Kazuma? What? Thank you. Really? What for? Well, if you hadn't said you believed me, then... I'm fairly sure I'd already been found guilty by now. Look, I have faith in you. As a lawyer, and as your friend. Coming from you, that means a lot. Bro, you're a bro. If I'm found guilty in this trial, he's really going to give up on his dream of studying abroad? That's the kind of true friend he is. So this isn't just my battle anymore. Whoever we're up against, we absolutely cannot afford to lose. Alright then. Oh, alright then. I'll save the thank yous for after the trial. Hell yeah. You can treat me to one of those sukiyaki meals like I like from Yume Cafeteria on University Street. Alright. An extra large portion, of course. God damn, that's expensive, man. I don't know if I can afford all that. I mean, well, I guess free lawyer, though. Well, 22nd of November, 12:09 p.m., Supreme Court of Adjudicator, Courtroom 2. Schmack. I sure like to bang my hammer. The court hereby resumes the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Prosecutor Aochi, have you managed to subpoena the witness?
Yes, Your Excellency, against all odds. Thanks to a certain young stripling, the prosecution is now a rather painful scrutiny from the government.
Sorry.
Let the government scrutinize. That's their job. It's not for us young kids to worry about. It's highly unlikely that the good relations we formed with Great Britain will emerge from this trial unscathed. Will you still think it's nothing to worry about when the new treaty breaks down and our nation flounders? Whatever. I didn't read the word.
Again, terribly sorry. If the friendship between our nations is really so fragile, then that treaty isn't worth the paper it's written on. Oh, you got him on that one. You really have nothing to worry about, Ryu.
What do you mean?
Secret trial, anxiety over some foreign government's opinions. Oh wait, it's not. A bungled investigation, missing witnesses. Is that what our nation's justice system is? This is the Supreme Court of Japan or of England?
Oh, shut up. Shut up, you jumped up rookie boy. You and your friend know nothing of our situation our nation finds itself in. By aligning ourselves with this great world power, we'll become strong. Diplomacy has never been more critical. Diplomacy. Steady political maneuvering is what will secure our futures.
Yeah, I mean, I won't deny that. I'm no expert. I'm just a student, and one who could arguably study harder too. But standing here now in our Supreme Court, there is one thing I feel very strongly. A country that fails to uphold the truth in its justice system is a country with no future at all.
Huh?
Huh? Well said, Ryu.
Well said, Ryu, despite the wide-eyed look of terror. You little brats!
Thank you, Counsel. The court is the pinnacle of our nation's justice system and exists solely for the pursuance of truth. With that in mind, the trial will now resume and the next witness will take the stand. The visiting student from Great Britain, Miss Jazeel Brett. Oh, snap, girl.
Yes, Your Excellency.
Oh, bring her up. Bring her forward.
Well, what a delight it is to welcome such a fine gentlewoman to Japan, and from such a distant land.
Tea! Someone bring English tea! In England, no discussions can take place without tea. I don't know if that's... Is that true? I don't know if that's true. No idea.
So, can we please trouble you to state your name and occupation for the court?
Of course. My name is not you, goddammit. We know who you are. I've been working undercover as a head waiter at La Carnival, but my true...
Yes, we know all about you already.
Inspector Hosonaga, where are your manners? In England, it's always ladies first. Is that true? No idea. More importantly, a little earlier today you said something to me. You said your powers of observation are one thing that you're sure of. Oh yes, I think I did, didn't I? Yet your description for this amazing sight was simply a woman? You know, that's fair. Sorry, Ryunosuke, but your powers of observation aside, your powers of description are sorely lacking. Guilty. Well, you should really work on that.
So, dear lady, once again, if we may trouble you for your name and occupation, please. Please?
Oh god, she's like English, right? Oh, well, I can't even read that. Dot, 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 dot. Dot, 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 dot. None of you speak English, do you? Great.
I'm terribly sorry, dear lady, but what?
No, none of them speak English. The lady says her name is Jazeel Brett. She comes from London, England. Okay, good. I don't gotta do English accent. She is a visiting research student currently enrolled in Yume University's medical facility.
Oh my, what a rare treat to hear her dulcet tones of the delightful language of the British people. I'm afraid I don't understand a word of what you said, but it was as beautiful as a hummingbird's song.
As far as I can tell. The detective is translating your words faithfully enough. Yeah, I agree. You'll obviously do fine in England, Kazuma. Her English doesn't rattle you at all, does it? Nor you. You've clearly been paying attention to your English classes, Ryu. The court thanks the beautiful lady for taking the stand. Now, if we may trouble you to confirm something, Miss Brett. 3 days ago at a restaurant called La Carnival, a grim murder took place. The court has been led to believe that you were dining there with the victim, Dr. Wilson, at the time. Is that correct? She says yes. Oh, come on, is that it? This could take some time. Even though she's studying here in Japan, can't speak any Japanese. She'd like to apologize for disappearing from the scene. She says that she was due to make a presentation. Sorry, I can't read that word for a second. At the university, so she had to leave immediately. Interesting. So you're the one who engineered her escape. When you're the one who engineered your escape, asshole. I was just following special orders from the bureau.
Well now, dear lady, would you be so kind as to cast your eyes over this photographic print? Seeing as you were so unfortunately present at the scene of the crime, could it be that your resplendent eyes caught sight of the wicked perpetrator, perhaps? Apparently, it was very frightening and sorrowful sight.
Do you mean to say?
Yes, it would appear the lady did witness the crime. The very moment when the accused, standing right there in this courtroom, shot the victim in cold blood.
Smack, smack. Order in the court.
Did you hear that, Your Excellency? Here we have absolutely conclusive witness statement.
Well, it looks like it's clear now. Clear who our real enemy is, that is. He just like goes over there and cuts her head off. Yes. Unfortunately, I will have to ask you to formally testify, if you please. Kindly tell the court the exact nature of this frightening and sorrowful sight you described. Nod. Witness testimony. A frightening and sorrowful sight.
I had arranged to meet for a slightly late luncheon with Dr. Wilson that day. The professor was unable to eat, so I ordered for myself only a beefsteak. After a while, the accused came over to greet the professor, and they got into a fierce argument. Then, not long afterwards, the accused took the professor's gun and shot him right before my eyes. I don't carry a gun myself, so obviously I couldn't have been the culprit.
Oh, come on. I don't know about that. Like, seriously, she's probably the one who did it, right?
No, I don't have any kind of argument with the professor at all.
Yeah. There's no word of an argument.
Quiet, you filthy wretch! Look at you, you black-hearted blackguard. And look at this snow-white angel. I'm sure even a dark-minded scoundrel like you can imagine whose words the court is going to believe.
You're still making the same mistake.
You're still making the same mistakes, Ryosuke. You can't blurt out whenever you're goaded like that. That's a lesson you need to learn.
Oh, it's so annoying.
Of course, I was at the scene as well. I took statements from the lady and the two witnesses who testified before and reported back to the bureau. It was decided that Miss Brett was not involved, so I let her go.
That's so stupid.
The testimonies of the last two witnesses were completely worthless, however. Well, even so. On the day in question, the lady was wearing the same outfit as she is today. As you can see, there is nowhere about her person where she could conceal a firearm. She was like that whole dress.
She could conceal a firearm. Goddamn.
I would think she could hide a gun.
Oh yeah, almost anywhere in that outfit if she wanted to. Come on, are you kidding me?
Unless and until the precise location where the witness is to have hidden a weapon can be shown, this is moot. There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun, except for under my hat, maybe. Those are the witness's own words on the matter.
Ah, this is ridiculous. If only I was allowed to lift up her dress, I could prove. No, bro. Well, this would be a different kind of game. This ain't no A-Trader game. We can't be doing that.
Don't think about doing anything rash, Ryusuke. But I didn't fire the gun. I picked it up. There must have been another gun there already. Right about that. Which means this lady was hiding a gun somewhere. Yes, that's what we have to prove now.
So to do so, we need to pull her testimony apart. Oh, you smiling bitch. You're going down. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Oh, yes, Your Excellency. I'm not even talking to her. I'm talking to Inspector Gadget over here. Writing in Sorrow's sight. Okay, well, let's see. Late luncheon with Dr. Wilson. He was unable to eat. Ordered for yourself. After a while, the accused came over to greet the professor and they got into a fierce argument. Not long afterwards, the accused took the professor's gun and shot him. I'll carry a gun myself. Let's press them on the fierce argument. I never got into an argument with a professor. All I did when I noticed him was go over and say hello. Please don't get angry with me. No, I wasn't directing that retort at you. It was meant for the lady next to you. But anyway, as I said, I did not argue with the professor. ... I'm afraid your words are in vain. Excuse me. Sorry? Miss Brett does not appear to speak Japanese. No, of course not. Japanese is such a cumbersome language anyway. English is the future. We must all... Serpiku Ingareshu. What the hell was he trying to say? I wonder if the prosecution will feel that way forever. You're only in the presence of a beautiful woman. Well, that beautiful woman is telling blatant lies with a complete straight face. I have to find something that'll reveal or unravel her testimony, no matter how seemingly insignificant it may be. Anyway, it seems that after the argument, the accused briefly returned to his own seat. That part ties in with that what she said, doesn't it? Yeah, I still had some coffee to drink. And the next time you got up after that was when I'd finished my coffee and stood up to leave. Oh, what? Goddamn, I'm screwing up people's names now. Whatever. Okay. Okay, I guess we'll put him on the me shooting him part. Like I said, I did not shoot that gun. And like I said, there's no point in repeating that assertion over and over. I thought you were on my side, Kazuma. Well, I wasn't expecting to be attacked by my own side. Asshole. Nevertheless, defendant, you can't deny that when the shot rang out in the restaurant, you had a gun in your hand. Well, yes, that's true, but all I did was pick up the gun I saw on the floor next to the professor as I was leaving the restaurant. In fact, yes, it was someone much closer to the victim than me at that time. The highly suspicious lady. That will do, you dirty, rotten scoundrel. Dirty. Your baseless accusations could very well cause an international incident, boy. Seems to me that your accusation is just baseless as ours. That's right. Nobody saw me. Wait, no, they did see me. Did they see me? I don't remember. I thought one guy said he was looking for something else. Like a curio or something. No, yeah, no, they both were looking away. Anyways. And the lady is merely stating what she saw. And this is already an international incident as far as I'm concerned anyway. Seriously. You don't carry a gun. Aw.
Yes!
How about the eating part? He was unable to eat, you say? That was because he just had a tooth removed at the Hoda Clinic, correct? That's right. You're supposed to actually check with the witness before answering. Was Miss Brett aware of this fact? God, I keep fucking you up. It seems so, yes. She'd heard the professor was to have some dental treatment. So that would mean that was you who ate the steak pictured here. Is that right, Miss Brett? That's right, yes. The print you have there shows the table exactly as it was left after the horrifying incidents. Exactly as it was left.
Dear me, what a harrowing experience. To have traveled to a distant land on the far side of the world and to be embroiled in such a tragic incident. Have no fear, my dear lady. I swear I will crush the evil fiend that has subjected you to this terrible plight.
So the victim, Dr. Wilson, had nothing to eat or drink at all? That's right. Other than some carbonated water. Just water. Yes, the professor was unable to eat, but he had been given permission to drink water. So it appears that the diners toasted their lunch with a glass of water each. Well, then where the fuck was his glass? Because there's only... No, that's it right there. Ishre's glass of carbonated water. What do you think, Ryosuke, about the witness's last... It's very meaningful. Yeah, it's very, very... Slap! Last statement of yours, Miss Bright, has a profound bearing on this case.
Well, well, how fascinating. Do tell us, what is this profound bearing,
The significance of the statement will become apparent when the time is right. The defense calls for the witness's last statement to be formally added to the testimony.
Huh. Well sidestepped, counsel.
Smack. Very well, Miss Brett. Kindly repeat what you just said to be added to your testimony. Okay, yeah, gotcha. Gladly, she said. ... That was brilliant, Kazuma. I'm going to remember that one. Which one? The significance will be apparent when the time is right. I can really use that phrase. I hope there's some more useful tips that you're picking up from that experience than that, Ryosuke. Okay, so we present with the picture, I guess? Yes. Oh. ... It looks like it just, like, almost passed a poo there. That was weird. That's it! Let me just confirm something, please. It's to do with this photographic print. Just a short while ago, you spoke of this print showing the victim's table at the crime scene. It was exactly as it was left. Excuse me. That is correct, the lady says. Well, that is, it's odd, very odd.
Dear me, what's the defense's inability to express itself? What's odd is the defense's inability to express itself?
Ugh.
Ryosuke, what about that print looks odd to you?
Well, obviously, it's the cheers. Cheers? That's a weird way to put it. I'll just put the glasses or something. Miss Bretch told us that she and the professor said cheers over a glass of water. But if that's true, there should be 2 glasses on the table, not one. Well, he drank from the flower vase.
Huh?
You're quite right, Counsel. There's only 1 glass pictured.
Are we supposed to be impressed by this nitpicking over minutiae? What possible difference does the presence or absence of a glass make on the case?
Minutiae, minutiae, you say? Minutiae? That is minutiae, I think. You say? Could it be that the detective here removed a glass from the table to conceal the lady's presence?
Presents?
Of course not. It's not her birthday. I would never do something so reckless. But there should have been 2 glasses on the table. Or are you going to try and tell me you can clink with only 1? You're quite right. I certainly took 2 glasses to the table. Oh, she's looking at him. Betrayal. Inspector, what did the lady say? It would seem that Miss Brett who took the glasses from the table.
What?
What? It was also terrifying, everything that happened. I panicked and thought I should try to hide the fact that I'd been there at all, she's saying. Good gracious. I don't know, that's going kind of far, I was thinking, girl.
Sorry.
Well, thanks for the sorry.
There, as I assured the court before, this is of no consequences at all.
Oh, please.
We must remember that this student had just murdered this lady's luncheon companion before her very eyes. Who could blame her for concealing a glass or two in the state of disarray?
That's absurd.
Oh, really? So, do we take it that you are now going to accuse this vulnerable, young, beautiful woman of mischief?
What? No, this can't be put down to mischief. I'd like to know exactly how the lady took the glass from the scene. It would seem that she slipped it into a small handbag she was carrying. A handbag, you say? Yes, Your Excellency. A small handheld pouch commonly carried by well-to-do women in England.
So, the beautiful lady has very graciously explained how and why she removed the glass from the scene now. However, the fact remains that the glass has absolutely no bearing on this case. The student has been trying to confuse the court with logical reasoning, but in the end it comes to nothing. No more pretentious accusations. You have wasted enough time already.
Indeed, the lady has offered a satisfactory explanation as to why she removed the glass. Yeah, is it really satisfactory? I think thenceforth we can consider the matter to have no bearing on the case. Judge, you stupid. You kinda stupid. Okay. Counsel for the defense, are you in agreement? No! Oh, well, I don't know, really. If you want to pursue this matter further, you're gonna have to need to show that it has some deeper significance. Yes, you're right. So she took the glass away in her handbag. There's a deeper significance. It's... Oh yeah, she had a handbag. That's where she could have took the gun. But I think we're gonna end this episode here, guys. People are blowing me up trying to get a hold of me, so unfortunately I have to do adult stuff. Sorry, which is why I haven't posted a video in like 2 weeks. It's freaking just have no time to fucking record. So my videos are so long, but they kind of have to be because all the games I play are so long. Yeah, I guess that's why fucking YouTubers don't play super long games unless they actually do this shit for a living. It's freaking working 40 hours a week and trying to do YouTube ain't exactly the easiest. Anyways, I won't complain anymore. So sorry. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.